Okay, thank you, Galina. All right. I hope everybody is well. And today is a nice weather in Moscow. So sunny, frosty. Okay. Would you mind telling us where are you based right now? Okay. From what location you're watching us and participating in this webinar? Korolov Yuri, right? Mm-hmm. Moscow, Novosibirsk, Julia, see Moscow, yeah. We're just waiting for other participants to join us. As a reminder, I'd like to say that that is our third webinar in the series of webinars which Moscow International Academy and Onara company arrange. And we actually you can get access to the previous webinars if you just drop me a line in the chat. Right, so if you just put your email here or just your name, we'll send you the recordings of the previous webinars of this season, I would say, because it's just the second season of this collaboration between Moscow International Academy and Onara company and corresponding publishing houses like National Geographic Learning, because Alex will be representing National Geographic Learning today. Okay. So, after each webinar, you'll get a certificate from Onara, right? Electronic certificate. If you are eager to get, say, the certificate of the Moscow International Academy, and it's a free option, you have to attend at least 5 webinars of the series. If you are planning or if you just want to join the program on a paid basis, that means you'll get assignments on the Moscow International Academy platform. So again, don't hesitate to contact me in the chat, or after my talk, I'll give you my details. My name is Evgeny Usachov. I work for the Moscow International Academy, and I'm the director of the Institute of Linguistics in the Academy. And what we do, we just provide different teacher development opportunities within the Institute in terms of methodology, language proficiency, and using technology. And today our webinars is purely dedicated to the issue of technology in English language learning. And there will be 3 speakers today. Firstly, there will be Galina Sharonova, a senior methodologist from Onara company. The second speaker will be me, yes, and I'll be talking about teachers and educational platforms. And the third speaker will be Alex Warren from the National Geographic Learning, who will be speaking on the issue of voices and the digital classroom. Okay, you see Alex. Hi, Alex. Hi. I see. Okay.
Hi.
Okay, so it's my pleasure to give the floor to the first speaker, Galina Sharonova, senior methodologist of Onara company. And the title of her talk is Teaching with Technology. Welcome, Galina.
Thank you very much, Evgeny. Thank you. So good afternoon, my dear colleagues. I'm very, very glad to see you. So, the topic of our today's seminars is pretty hot, I would say. Yeah, so since 2020, we really have to be very, very resilient, very adaptive, and our teaching, self-teaching environment has changed. So let me share my screen with you. So my presentation. Well, yeah, so the title of my talk today is, well, Teaching with Technology. And today we will talk about a variety of things. So first of all, we will revise why we need technology. Yeah, even though it seems to be pretty obvious, yeah, but there can be some maybe reasons, some issues that are true about you. And I will be very, very happy to hear from you. So then we will also outline major issues, yeah, that we face when we use technology. Even though, yeah, we are adaptive. So I guess that teaching itself as a job means that we must be flexible, must be adaptive. Yeah, but anyway, there can be some issues which are pretty critical, and well, they cause stress. So we'll talk about them. Then we will also have a brief overview of types of technology and tools that teachers use. This is not the completed, list of all the possible technologies, but at least we will talk about the major ones. And we will also talk about one magic tool, classroom presentation tool, and I will share some ideas which we may have at our lessons when we teach using a classroom presentation tool. So there will be some ready-made solutions, some ready-made activities. So, and of course, one of the aims today is to share ideas and share experience. So then the first question is, why do we need technology? And so can you please write in the chat box why you need technology? Your personal and professional reasons, yeah, for using technology. Yeah, so I would like to hear from you, but let me share the first idea which I have. So obviously it's the demand of modern life, so we can't but. Okay, thank you, Yuri, in order to give presentations. Okay, so yeah, when we teach online, yeah, when we teach offline, so we need to provide visual support. Yeah, thank you, Juliana, to get in touch with students. Yes, great, thank you. Yeah, one more idea. Getting in touch, giving presentations. Yeah, what are the other reasons why you need technology? Get access to the resources. Oh yes, Maria, that's a very, very important thing. Yeah, totally agree with you. Okay, yeah, and so when we teach, we definitely want to be resourceful. Yeah, and technology can provide this opportunity. Great, let me, interactive exercises. Yeah, students are changing. Yes, yeah, totally agree. We need as many tools as possible. Yeah, Tatiana, thank you for saying this. You know that, yes, we definitely need to, again, to be resourceful in terms of using technology. Yeah, but don't you think that it can be very, very stressful? Yeah, so many tools, many tools. Yeah, they can help us, that's for sure, but maybe we should use something more maybe universal, or gradually experiment with this or that tool. So Yelena, to teach online, to give PowerPoint presentations, to get access to resources. Thank you. Yeah, to choose. Okay, good. Yeah. So let me also show some other reasons here. So they will correspond with yours 100%. Yeah, and there is a question. Yeah, can you imagine our modern life without technology? But yeah, yes, Olga, I agree. This is like the first reason on the screen. This is the demand of modern life, of modern teaching. So then actually we need to use technology because technology itself is time-saving and convenient. Yeah, and so of course, yes, it was mentioned previously in the chat that we need to be resourceful. Yeah, we want to have a variety, diversity of tools, But at the same time, we want these tools to be time-saving and convenient. Yeah, we don't really want to dedicate all our time to this, to finding and like learning how to use tools. We want something ready-made. And also technology improves access to information, and both students and teachers can get the up-to-date information very, very quickly and easy. Well, than even before. Yeah, then one more reason is that so it helps personalize our courses. Yeah, and to meet students' needs, demands, their learner types, their learning styles, strategies. And as technology provides this diversity, then it can really help us. Yeah, and we have been talking about customizing courses, personalizing courses, and tasks and activities, and technology definitely helps. Well, and also one more important thing. Actually, frankly speaking, for me, it was a discovery. Before I got to it, I hadn't even thought about that. So that when we use technology, then it improves and develops our digital citizenship, responsible digital citizenship. And nowadays, it's a very important skill that we need to develop in our students as well. But first, we need to have it developed, yeah, ourselves. Well, and finally, last but not least, definitely, it enhances learning experience. Yeah, this is what you mentioned, yeah, in the chat box, that we want to have diversity. We want to, well, keep our students' attention. We want to make this online teaching, online learning exciting. So then, yeah, it definitely helps. But however, yeah, when we teach using technology, we may face some issues. Yeah. So can you please share in the chat box what sort of issues you personally face when you teach online? So what is difficult about it? And what is difficult about teaching using technology? Yeah, so your ideas first. So issues that we face, yeah, when we teach using technology. Oh, lots of materials. Yeah, thank you, Alan. Yeah. It can even be more problematic. Yeah. So how not to get lost? Sometimes you can't see the students. Oh, yeah. Inappropriate internet connection. Yes, that's also true. And you never know when it may happen. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Okay, then let me also share some ideas with you. So, well, to be fair, sometimes teachers don't have enough skills. Yeah, even though even before the pandemic, we had been teaching online. Yeah, we had been using technology, but that was like our own choice, whether I want to teach online or offline. And last year, there was a big global demand, yeah, and we did not have any choice, and we had to learn it as quickly as possible, how to use technology, yeah, and still we may feel that we do not have enough skills, yeah, and also as there is such a big variety of options, yeah, and we even don't know how to better choose the technology and choose the tools. Then, yeah, that was also mentioned by Yuri, and I do share this problem. Yeah, that can be some issues, some problems with the internet connection and devices. You know, last year I was teaching my evening lesson, and then out of the sudden, my laptop broke down. And I had to dash actually to the shop to buy a new one, because then I had to teach one more lesson, and then I had a series of seminars, and well, that was really unexpected. Yeah, that was really tough, I would say. Then students feel separated. Yeah, and this is what many students and teachers say, that, well, we are not people, not human beings, we are just talking heads on the screen. And that's why some students and teachers, they feel that they lose this connection with each other. Yeah. Then also like students feel separated, or sometimes you cannot see them. Yeah, and then like developing people skills, developing this teaching intuition when you do not see your students can be also pretty challenging. Yeah, and also one more comment from Tatiana: it is sometimes difficult to correct a student immediately. Yes, but then that's a good opportunity to, well, to practice delayed error correction, yeah, which is possible, whatever option you have, online or offline. Well, one more issue is that students can get distracted very quickly. Yeah, and in the classroom, you can manage classroom maybe more effectively. Yeah, so, and then you can also, to a certain extent, to be fair, but manage the distractors, yeah, that your students may have. When you teach online, you never know what sort of distractors students may have in their rooms. Yeah, and well, they may have lessons at home, not at home. They can be their pets, their parents, their friends, and it makes teaching itself really challenging. And so also one more problem, which actually is connected to the previous one, is that it is hard to engage students and maintain discipline. Yeah, and then we really want our students to be involved. Yeah, we want to keep their attention, to draw their attention, and well, we are struggling with students' attention span, which is shorter. Yeah, but anyway, these problems can be solved even at the stage of planning your lessons. Yeah, we may foresee different things and then think how we can do this. Yeah, and also regarding classroom management, so you can find some tips in teachers' books, yeah, how to do this. Then also you can ask your colleagues for help. Yeah, I mean that there is a variety of ways to learn how to deal with it better. Yeah, but when we teach online, like the first issue, the first thing that we should think about is the technology, like how we organize the students and what we actually offer. And talking about technology and tools, we have like a list of something pretty common. Yeah, well, I will begin with the most obvious, tool, Zoom or Skype. Yeah, we teach via Zoom, and now we are having our seminar via Zoom. Well, also some teachers use Skype for a number of reasons. Then we also may use a Padlet. I will show you in a minute what Padlet is. Miro board. Yeah, now Miro board is getting more and more popular. Then platforms that course books have, and also companion sites, yeah, which also course books offer. And I will show you how to use them. Oh yeah, Elena says Microsoft Teams is also used. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Microsoft Teams. To be fair, to be honest, sorry, I'm not a sophisticated user of Microsoft Teams myself, so, but I know that there are a lot of fans of this application or this platform, what to call it better. Well, then when we teach using Zoom or Skype, yeah, we can share our screens, we can share files with our students, we can play audio files. Then when we teach via Zoom, we can assign participants to breakout rooms, and this way we can organize group work, pair work, which is very close to teaching offline, sorry. Then also in Zoom, participants can annotate, they can share their screens, and it's very good for project work. Yeah, so then Zoom has, of course, yeah, a lot more other options, and yeah, and Skype also can provide these options, and like we choose which tool to use. Then one more tool which I mentioned before is Padlet. Frankly speaking, I love it very much. And I first learned about it when I was doing my Train the Trainer course. And it is very convenient. So as you can see, it's a board, and participants can well, upload something there. Well, I uploaded, for instance, here is the Padlet of my course for A2K B1 preliminary preparation. It's a course for teachers, and I uploaded some key materials, and then participants can also post their notes, their discoveries, and they can read. And Padlet is really great because you can keep all the materials at one place, and also, well, everybody who has a link can post their notes there. And when you, for instance, prepare students for exams, so when they do some writings, then they can upload them there. And this is a kind of a gallery walk for your students. That's a very convenient tool. Then Miro board is also gaining its popularity. It's very popular nowadays among teachers. Yeah, and as you can see, there can be different options how you can organize your work there. You can see it, well, at the top, and at the bottom you can see an example, yeah, an example of a board which was created by a teacher. So it's also pretty nice, pretty convenient, and also like all the materials are at one place. Well, however, there are some ready-made solutions, yeah, some ready-made tools for you. For instance, platforms. Yeah, so here you can see an example of a platform of a National Geographic Learning publishing house. So, and platforms are very convenient because this is your, you know, micro world. So, because when you use platforms, then you can organize students. You can launch courses, launch groups. You can assign students with homework. You can send messages and so on. So there are many different options. Well, this platform is very convenient. Well, also, but well, I will not stop at it because my colleagues, yeah, the other speakers will be talking about it today as well. Then one more ready-made tool is companion sites. So, for instance, National Geographic Learning course books, they all have their own companion sites. And there you can see a variety of resources that you can use. So here you can see a companion site of a new close up course book for teenagers. And as you can see, for each level, well, you can find all these sorts of materials. And there is an example of B1 plus level. Answer keys, audio files, videos, scripts. Then also, as you see, there are a lot of different tests. Yeah, well, we teachers love tests, love assessment. So then also there are some extra tasks, extra worksheets, and extra grammar and vocabulary activities. So yeah, when teachers hear the word grammar, extra grammar activities, they just got hypnotized. So then, yeah, this is again something ready-made for you, and it's all here at one place, and you don't need to spend hours, days on looking for something new, looking for something relevant, yeah, and you do not get lost. So this ocean of materials and resources. And also one more tool, which is fantastic and also can help you, well, organize your lessons effectively, and helps you not to get lost in this diversity of materials. This is classroom presentation tool. Yeah, so in other words, it's interactive course book. What makes it interactive? Here you can see an extract of an, again, new close-up B1 Plus course book and the CPT for this course book. So as you can see on the right, here we have the book and all the tasks. And then we have special like symbols. You click on them and well, you can do the exercises, and also, as you see, you can listen to the audio files. They are all integrated, yeah, and you do not need to, well, share the screen and then desperately look for your files. Desperately, if only, well, you're not very well prepared for the lesson, of course. Yeah, so it's all in one tool. Yeah. Or alternatively, what is also I find really convenient is that there is an extension. Yeah, so talking about classroom management, yeah, we need to know what to do if, for instance, we have fast finishers. And here we have some ready-made solutions. Yeah, so if the task is too easy, yeah, so this is vocabulary exercise number 2. Yeah, so if you have fast finishers, they can write down as many words as they can that include these words. So the words from the exercise. Of course, after that, there can be follow-up. Yeah, they may write sentences. They may, well, write micro texts. Yeah, they compare how many collocations they have. Yes, so it's very, very convenient because it's all in one place. Or, well, some exercises that you can do online. As you can see, I'm a very good student because on the right, these are my answers. Yeah, and well, we as teachers may think that, yeah, okay, this is really convenient, really good. It is 100%, but we may want more. Yeah, and also maybe students took just very little time to do this task, and then we want to have some extension, or we want students to have some, to make some further steps. What we can do with that, and here you can see an example which I had. So this is actually the extract from my Zoom. This is the exercise which I coped with successfully. Very proud of that. So then you can cover, you know, some words, yeah, as in sentence 1 and sentence 3. And then also I drew a line for number 2 and number 4, inviting students to write something, yeah, as a follow-up. And number 1, number 3 are examples of like stem sentences. So they have the beginning, meaningful beginning, but they can complete the sentences with their own ideas. Yeah, and in number 2, number 4, they can also provide more details, more examples. And this sort of activity helps us first practice the target language of the lesson. And second, it helps us develop students' creativity. And well, the third opportunity is that students learn how to create texts. Yeah, so here, especially number 2, number 4, they need to make use of proper cohesive devices. Yeah, you may ask them to write a couple of more sentences, and then step by step, they are creating a text. And this is a very good exercise when you prepare students for maybe exams or just in your regular lessons, when they say that, well, we don't know what to say, writing is boring, yeah, we can't generate ideas. Yes, you can, even doing this small exercise. So you can encourage your students to make further steps, and you can show that, well, it's fun, it's easy, and it's not so time consuming. Or one more idea, which really I can't but share with you. So working with word lists. Usually, so for the course books that we have, there are ready-made word lists. Here is an extract from the classroom presentation tool for Life second edition book. It's the book for adult learners, published by National Geographic Learning. So you can see the spread, and there at the bottom, yeah, you can see the toolbar, and there is this magic tool, word list. If we click on it, yeah, we can see a suggested word list. Yeah, of course, if you find some other words important for your students, then of course it will be longer. Yeah, but these are some keywords that students need to know, need to be able to define. Yeah, this can be done as part of your routine, or as well as something like as an extension for the exercise. So students may define words, make collocations, yeah, and have this good work with this vocabulary. And what the word list here suggests, something ready-made for you. Yeah, so you can click on the word, and then, as you can see, we have a well, pronunciation, how to say this word, part of speech, definition, yeah, so that students may check if their definition was okay. Yeah, or if it's a totally new word, which can, well, hinder understanding, your comprehension, yeah, you can just provide this ready-made definition. And examples of collocations, which definitely helps, well, just broaden their awareness of how these words work and what you can do. Yeah, and surely, well, there should be some follow-up, so some follow-up work on these collocations. Yeah, and as you see, well, if we get back to the title of our first presentation today, teaching with technology. Yeah, so technology should make our lives easier. Of course, it takes time to learn how to use this or that. Yeah, definitely there are, of course, issues that we face, but the more we practice, the more we learn, the less issues we have. And also, if we choose the proper technology, proper tools, then our lesson preparation takes less, yeah, much less, I would say. Yeah, and also if we have something integrated, so some follow-up, then we don't need to spend time on looking for resources, and we will never get lost in it. So then I hope that you will not be afraid of using technology. Yeah, that, well, I hope that my message to you that it's fun, it's convenient, and it's very, very interesting to use the technology. I hope that you got this message right. So thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for sharing your ideas. Yeah, and so if you have some questions, some queries, well, if you want to share your experience in teaching using NGL materials, I will be very, very happy to hear from you. So thank you very much. Enjoy your lessons and see you.
Thank you very much, Galina.
Thank you.
Really useful and practical talk. I believe that the participants will gain, yes, some insights from what you were talking about, right?
I hope to.
And we'll be using National Geographic Learning materials. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, dear colleagues, now it's my turn to talk about technology. Yeah, and Galina just covered major tools which we may use when we teach. My talk will be dedicated to the issue of educational platforms and using their potential for the 21st century students' development. Okay. Can you see my screen? If yes, please, put a plus in the chat. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, good. So, as you see, the title of my talk, Teachers and Educational Platforms, Opportunities for the 21st Century Students. So, as Galina has already mentioned, we have a wide variety of tools we can use when we teach. And my talk would be purely focused on the, say, use of educational platforms, and I will share my experience, my own and our academy's experience, because we are actively using different platforms. And actually, I would say the more platforms you know, the better is for you as a teacher in terms of your digital literacy, because it's a big issue these days. So before I get down to the content of my presentation, I have prepared a few questions to you, and I would be really happy if you give your comments in the chat. Okay. So my first question is, do you use any educational platforms in your teaching? If yes, could you just place the names of the platforms in the chat? So any platforms you use. Okay, Moodle. See it? Okay. No, see, SkySmart, Yaklars, okay. Tatiana, I see you raised your hand. You got a question or a comment? My lab here, okay. Znania, good. I'll be mentioning them today. Yeah, Cambridge LMS, my lab. Yeah, good. Teams, LMS, Google Forms, right. That's good. That it's not completely new for you, right? And my second set of questions, actually, why do you use them? So what are your reasons, and what skills do they help develop? Again, please leave your comments in the chat. Why do we need platforms? Can we live without them these days? Or if we do use them, which skills or what skills are we supposed to develop using these platforms? Please leave your comments in the chat. Okay, develop IT skills, Lydia says. Julia writes, they are very comfortable and useful for my students at school. Okay. Can't imagine my classes without them. All right. Okay, so first of all, I'll briefly get back to the idea, extra practice, yeah, for the idea of educational platforms. So just a moment. Okay, so another name for educational platform is LMS, which is learning management system. So and as you see, the keyword is here, management. So we have all the opportunities here just to manage the content of the course, manage students, manage assignments, manage tasks, and manage feedback. So it's just, you see the main components of LMS here on the screen. And then when we get to the particular examples of the platforms, I think you have the clear idea what these platforms contain. So first option here, we can sign up students and instructors or teachers who will be actually working on the platform. And if it's a big company, for instance, or a big language school or language school university, of course, there should be kind of administrator of the platform who can provide different rights to different users. And actually, it is necessary to have a kind of technical guy in the team just to resolve different technical issues, because they do appear when we deal with the platform. Then we have so-called master courses. That means we can create the courses based on the material of the platform, if the platform has its content and materials. For instance, publishers platforms do have it, right? And then we can create our own courses using the content of the platform, right? The second important point here is content delivery. So how content is delivered to the end user. Again, through different, I would say, features of the interface. And from platform to platform, the interface may be more friendly or less friendly. And as you see, all the platforms are being developed and improved. So in this regard, I would say we'll have this, I would say, better examples of the content delivery. The next option here is courses collaboration. That means we can pick up particular courses and combine them, if it's necessary. Another good feature of LMS is progress tracking. We can see how students are progressing and actually how much time they spend on the platform, what are their educational achievements, and if we are talking about a kind of individual learning path, we can track them, improving their performance in terms of the opportunities the platform provides. For instance, in terms of language skills, in terms of productive skills such as writing or receptive skills. Of course, a big point is assignments. So we can assign different tasks to our students. Mostly these are build-up assignments, and it's not so difficult just to assign them, because you click a particular button and the assignment gets into the students' I would say assignment list, right? And we can adjust the time by which it should be fulfilled, or the date, and maybe some other features. And of course, some platforms have such an option as practices and exams or tests, which is an important component of the learning process. So this is what generally LMS do. Yeah, any learning platform do. Okay. Let's move on. So a good question, why to use LMS? You already mentioned that you have your own views on that, how to use LMS. And in my experience, I just can point out these particular benefits, I would say. Firstly, educational platforms, especially for language learning, they are 21st century learners friendly, because this 21st century learners, they are digital native, and they are born with devices, right? And it's really their environment. They feel really good in that, and they are skillful, and it's just natural for them to use different opportunities online, such as platforms, right? As Galina also mentioned in her talk, they save teachers time, mostly in terms of checking homework or assessment opportunities. It's a great benefit, right? And at the same time, they provide great opportunities for assessment, right? It may be unit assessment, progress assessment, or final assessment. And again, we can just make it appropriate for a particular level, group, or individual student, right? The next plus, I would say, they provide flexibility and individual learning path. Again, it's mostly about the issue, which is widely discussed nowadays, how to provide an individual learning path for each student. And they are interactive. So the nature of the platform, they involve, or they, I would say, students interact with the platform, yeah, somehow to a bigger or a less extent, anyway. And as well as having the benefits, educational platforms have some drawbacks, or maybe things that make it more difficult to use. First of all, I think you would agree with me, it's a choice issue, yeah? Lots and lots of platforms. And if you work with different, I would say, textbooks by different publishers, you're supposed to use their platform opportunities, and opportunities their platforms. So it's you have to be quite skillful in using different platforms if you use these online components, for instance. And you see they are not the same. Yes, they may have different interfaces, and it takes time just to get used to using different platforms. Yeah. Implementation issue, I suppose, if you work for an organization, institute, language school, whatever, it's a big issue how the company, the educational establishment provides opportunities for using these platforms in the academic process, right? It takes technical staff efforts, and teachers should be aware how to use them properly. So training is important here. So it takes some time, effort, and of course, teachers' attention, right? On the one, as a disadvantage to some extent, it's dependence on the publisher and publisher's materials. But again, if you work with particular publishers and their books, so it's not a big issue, right? But at times, if you want to add some materials on the platform, it's not so easy, for instance. Yeah, and it also requires teachers' digital literacy. That means that we should be fully aware how to use the platform, its features, and how to actually to take advantage of using educational platforms. And last but not least, there is a cheating issue. I trained university teachers this summer, and what they say about using platforms, they just said, yeah, in our university, we have the access to educational platform or published platform. The point is, the more advanced students, if I assign, for instance, if I assign a test online, and the test may be, for instance, in, say, online workbook, they are similar to the printed version. Some advanced students get the answers, and they circulate the answers to their fellow students, and doing a test is not a big issue for them. Yeah. So we have to take into account that it is an issue. It's a big issue, by the way, and how to make this test personalized and not so easy to copy. Yeah, again, publishers and platform developers have different opportunities how to create individualized tests, actually. Yeah, for instance, if you are dealing with National Geographic Learning educational platform, MyLT, I'll be talking about that in a minute. So they've got this exam view option when allows you to create personalized tests for students, and it gets harder to cheat, you know. But teaching is an issue. Yeah, I suppose you encountered that, right? So speaking about the platforms I've been using, and the company I work for, Moscow International Academy, we use. The first one is National Geographic learning educational platform, which is called MyLT, right? So actually, currently I'm teaching the group of master degree students and those who are getting their second degree, not master degree students. So, and we're using this platform at the levels of upper intermediate and advanced. And I would say it was my first year of using the platform. It's really easy to use, easy to navigate. You see the main buttons at the top of the page. So you have home button, courses, students, grade book, assignments, and resources. Yes, it's really easy to navigate and to assign different tasks. And the great opportunity is it provides just, you can monitor the students' progress, yeah, what assignments they've done, what assignments they haven't done, and if they have done, what mistakes they made. So it gives me a good understanding, I would say. Are they moving in the right direction? So are they within the time limit? And we can make it, yes, we can make any adjustments if necessary. For instance, changing the dates, whatever. So this is the platform we are using. Well, the next one I can recommend, we also collaborate. Just a second, we collaborate. Yeah, in terms of our internal platform, which is based on Moodle. Here you can see the example of the course which we did with Onara last year, and this year we also offer you joining the course, which is called Modern Trends in Teaching English Language. So again, on Moodle, we have all the opportunities to add any kind of content which is necessary. It may be just recording of the webinars, presentations, different materials, and it's really easy to navigate. And if you're, I don't know, university or language school use Moodle, it is really handy, yeah, but it takes time to get used to it, right? And one more platform I'd like to share with you, it's educational platform of Znania, which is really interactive and has a really great potential. Some of you mentioned that you use Znania, and you see there are some certain benefits. So you can create your own lessons, vocabulary, grammar. You can create interactive videos. So it actually combines some, I would say, standalone services like Quizlet, or for instance, some other, just slipped my mind, some other standalone services online. In Znania, they all combine that. So a teacher has a great variety of tasks, exercises, and services, right? Including games online, and for instance, creating games for any particular lesson. So, and you can see what the teacher can do on the platform, what can students do on the platform. For instance, a big plus of the platform is just automatic assessment, and for teachers, for students, it's also an option of competition or whatever. So I'd rather say you try and see the potential, because they're constantly developing, yeah, and we are collaborating with them. If you're interested in such kind of collaboration, again, you can send me a message in the chat, and we'll just involve you in this sort of cooperation, and you'll get full support of that. What about some emerging opportunities for the future of the platforms? Actually, it's not a distant future, it's already a reality. Some educational platforms already use AI, artificial intelligence in assessment, especially, which is interesting for students, for teachers. They are productive and skills such as speaking and writing. Because yeah, a few years ago it was a kind of magic how to do it. These days they've got all the algorithms, and there are products on the market which allow assess speaking and writing in terms of machine learning, because it's not just automatic assessment, because the machines, I would say, or platforms, you're taught by experts how to make assessment. For instance, different publishers, experts, Cambridge, Pearson, whatever, National Geographic Learning, right? And the machine understands how to do this assessment. And there was interesting statistics when speaking or writing was assessed by an expert and then by a machine. So the machine does 99% of the performance the expert can do, right? So it's not, it's reality now, yeah? And I think we should understand as teachers that we can get advantage of these achievements and cutting edge technologies. Some teachers consider is a threat to teachers. What happens if machines will replace us? So I don't think it's immediate future anyway, but if we use the potential of artificial intelligence in assessment, for instance, because it already exists, I think it would be great benefit for both students and teachers. What else they provide? They provide immersive situations, personal feedback, and personalized language practice. Again, to be exact, I'll show you a few slides of the company which provides all that. It's called Alelo company. And what they created a simulations or whatever avatars that talk to the student, so it's like a digital teacher, right? And they accelerate student fluency in different ways. For instance, they may be visual support, as you can see on the slide. So all the words that a teacher or a student and that assistant, I would say, digital assistant, they may be visible, or they may be purely just communication, and then we develop listening and speaking skills. Yeah, of course, there are certain situations in which these simulations are possible, but again, it's reality. It's already reality. So the second thing, each student gets a personal feedback from the platform on their performance. And if we're talking about speaking skills development, it's about actually the feedback on their speaking, right? If the student has made any mistakes in speaking or in using vocab or grammar, they get instant feedback. And one more thing, it's just personal practice. Yeah, you see the avatar. Yeah, now they don't look like real people, but they're quite close to that. And the avatar just talks to the student, and it's like your I would say talking companion, I would say, right? So, and it's for on the one hand, it's for the sake of fluency, on the other hand, or for the sake of accuracy. So it's a big issue. Will they ever replace real teachers? But they are moving in that direction. So at the current moment, we can just think carefully how this technology may be used to enhance our teaching. And I believe we don't need to consider it as a competition between teachers and machines, but new opportunities just emerge, and we have to be in line with what's going on. Before I finish, I'd like to show you a video by the company and how the service works. I hope it will work well. Just a moment. I'll just find this clip. Just a second. Okay. And here it is.
Of the 4 language skills, language teachers agree that speaking is by far the most important. Yet, many English teachers still spend most class time on reading and writing. So why is it so hard to teach speaking? First, it is difficult to set up authentic situations in a classroom, such as going to the doctor or interviewing for a job. Speaking activities are also difficult to manage. Learners often revert to their native language. Some don't participate at all due to shyness or for fear of making mistakes. But most importantly, it's hard to monitor every learner and provide meaningful feedback. And it's only getting harder. Class sizes are getting larger due to budget pressures, and instruction is moving online. In large online classes, speaking activities are almost impossible to manage. N-Skills Artificial Intelligence technology helps students improve their speaking skills and helps teachers teach more effectively. Think of it as a kind of teacher's aid.
Good morning.
Hi, welcome to the Metropolitan train station. Where are you traveling to?
I'm going to New York.
Great! I can help you plan your trip to New York. What day would you like to depart?
N-Skills immersive simulations are realistic conversations with intelligent animated characters. Students practice as much as they want in a safe environment. N-Skill gives students feedback and personalized instruction in the areas where they need to improve. It reports on student progress so teachers can provide the appropriate instruction and use classroom time more effectively.
For me especially, Grammarly is...
Okay. Just a moment. Sorry. Okay. So this is not the only company which is moving in that direction, and I believe it's very important for us as teachers to understand how the technology is developing and how to make use of the latest achievements in that direction. Because again, it's for 21st century learners, and this is what not so far from the moment. Yeah, and my final thought, I would say, I wouldn't regard it. Just a second. I wouldn't regard it as a competition, as I mentioned earlier, right? So it's what we have to learn with, like it or not, and what we are supposed to deal with, and maybe again the main point here is to make use of the achievements rather than being concerned of this emerging, let's say, competition. So what I'd like to finish with, yeah, I just showed you a few examples of the educational platforms and their potential, but still they are developing, right? And new are emerging. And the big issue, how to deal with the issue of using AI in the language learning. So if you are interested in this topic, in this issue, again, you can just send me a message in here in the chat, or just leave your email. And we are in Moscow International Academy just doing a lot how to provide support for teachers in terms of using platforms. And this, I would say, first steps in using AI. So if you are interested, or if your educational organization is interested in collaboration, we would be more than happy to do it together. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them. Right, and here are my contacts. Again, I'm Evgeny Osachov and work for the Moscow International Academy. And I'm the Linguistics Institute Director. Okay, so thank you for attention. If you have any questions or comments, again, I would be more than happy to answer. Okay. Right. So, and it's time for our next speaker. It's my pleasure to introduce Alex Warren. Hi, Alex.
Hey, Evgeny. Hi, everybody. How are you all?
Fine, fine. And how are you? Are you based in Britain?
I am in the UK, where
UK.
It's cold, but not as cold as it is for you.
I see, I see. Right, right. What's the weather like in the place where you are?
Today, it is bright sunshine with a bit of a chill in the air. But
yeah,
we've had storms the last couple of days, so it's been very windy and very wet. So it's nice to see the sun again.
We had some sun in Moscow today, right? Okay. So, dear colleagues, Alex is works for the I would say National Geographic Learning. Yeah, he is a writer of this great publisher, and he is a constant speaker in our joint programs and many conferences, right? So,
Absolutely.
and today, Alex will be talking about voices and technology, right?
Absolutely, that is correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me share my screen.
Yeah, welcome, Alex.
Well, thank you, Evgeny, for the introduction, and thank you again to all of you for joining me this afternoon. I guess it's near the end of your day for you guys. It's just about lunchtime for me. So let's get cracking. So yeah, we're talking all about Voices, which is the new adult course book from National Geographic Learning. But specifically, we're looking at how it works in the digital classroom. There's obviously a lot's changed in the last 2 years, and a new course must have a very robust, strong digital offering as well to support that course. So we're going to start off just by sort of looking at the need for online platforms in general. What are the benefits of them? And then we're going to link that specifically to the Voices course and the digital support that it offers. But this will be interactive, okay? So please use the chat box for any answers to questions that I might ask. And I'm going to start with one straight away. So, from your own experiences over the last 2 years in the face-to-face classroom as well as the online classroom, what are the benefits of using digital components for you? How can they help you in your day-to-day teaching? Just type some ideas in the chat box. And by a digital platform, digital components for a course book, I mean not just classroom presentation tools, but I also mean other learning management systems as well. So how do you think they benefit you? How do they benefit your students? Any thoughts? Any ideas? And I'm sure that Evgeny and Galina have touched on some of these points already. Any thoughts, or we're all being shy? Okay, lovely, Tatiana. They are time-saving. Good, Olga. Of course, they help us to engage our learners more. Absolutely. If a teacher falls ill, they can help teach online. Absolutely. Remote teaching and learning, help me my students do what they're supposed to do. Yes, I agree with that. Absolutely. And we'll see why in a moment. Okay, good. Lots of good ideas. And we'll sort of focus on some of those shortly. But for me, it means that everything is in one place. So a good online platform, digital support, it has the classroom presentation tool. It has online practice and assignments. It has a grade book all together in one place, which makes it super easy for the teacher to use. Generally speaking, they're quick and easy to set up assignments. But more importantly, you don't have to mark all of that homework because the systems do it for you. That is, for me, such a no-brainer reason why we should use online platforms, because it will save me so much time. Okay, it marks homework, but it doesn't mark spoken and written work, but it means I can collect it and I have it all in one place safely. I can easily track progress of my learners. I can identify areas of weakness. It helps with differentiation within the classroom in that respect. I can do remedial work as and when I see necessary for my learners. Rather than having results on different bits of paper, different spreadsheets, it's all in one place. Part of that, you can run reports. It means that you can, at the end of a term, end of a semester, end of the year, you press the buttons and the reports get created for you. Online platforms allow you to have instant access to your students outside of class time. You may not see your students between your lessons, but this way you have a platform whereby they can connect with you and you can connect with them. Really, really helpful. And of course, having a robust, strong digital platform is ideal for all learning environments, not just online, blended, hybrid, and face-to-face as well. So, lots and lots of benefits to using robust technology. And certainly, the Voices online platform reflects this really nicely. We have a really good online classroom presentation tool, which is both online and downloadable to your computer as well for offline usage. You can set assignments. It has an assessment suite whereby you can create tests very, very quickly. It has a grade book that collates all of the information from the assignments, the homework, from the tests, everything in one place. You can run those reports. You can message your students. From the student perspective, they have an ebook that is fully interactive and allows them to record answers just as they would in a print book. There's additional online practice for students. And I should say that there's an app available for them as well that will work on their phones, they'll work on their tablets, as well as being available on their PCs. And it offers LTI integration. These platforms can be integrated with other learning management systems, whether that's Blackboard, Moodle, Canvas, whatever it is you're using. This is a platform that can be integrated really easily. Okay, so lots of reasons why, looking ahead to next year, Voice is a really great solution, not just as a great course book, but as a digital solution. Because quite frankly, we don't know what's going to happen next year. At the moment, we're all talking about new lockdowns with Omicron and stuff. So we need to be prepared. We need to be ready. We need a course book or a course that supports our classes in whichever environment we end up teaching. But look, let's focus mainly on the classroom presentation tool for now. So 2 questions for you. In the chat box, just a very simple yes or no. Do you already use classroom presentation tool software in your class? It's a very quick yes or no. You might call it interactive whiteboard. You might call it iTools. Different publishers call them different names. We call them classroom presentation tools. Essentially, a digital version of the book to display in your classroom. Do you already use them? Yes or no? Good, thank you. Yes, sometimes it's Olga. Yes, there's another Olga. Thank you, Olga Yefimova. Sometimes. My Russian is not so great, so if you've got your name written in Russian, I apologize. I probably can't guess your name. Okay, so a little bit very often, says Elena, excellent. Okay, good. So for those who do use it sometimes, all the time, do you think they have a positive impact on classroom learning? Again, it doesn't matter if it's online or face-to-face. as a general rule, do you think they have a positive impact? Again, just a simple yes, maybe, or no. Thank you, Olga. Yes. Yes, says other Olga. Yes, thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Of course they do. There are so many benefits and advantages, yeah? They have a really positive impact. And it still amazes me when I speak to teachers around the world, really, they still don't use them because maybe there's a fear of technology there. Maybe they are technophobes. Maybe they just don't believe in them. Maybe they just don't see the benefits of them. But there are many, many benefits, right? But what are these advantages of teaching face-to-face and online with the CPT? So you've all told me that they have a positive impact, but why? What are those specific benefits of a classroom presentation tool in class? Again, quickly tell me in the chat box. How does it help you teach? How does it help your teachers, your students learn? What benefits does it bring? Tell me in the chat box. Any thoughts, any ideas? I'm putting you on the spot a bit here. Okay, yeah, they can entertain, they understand why they're learning this. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Olga. Variety of accessible material, absolutely. Because very often it's not just the basic course book in the online platform, there are other features as well. Okay, I'm going to share with you a number of different reasons why I think they are beneficial in the classroom. And the first one is very simple, it's a familiar structure. And this is important when we're teaching online. I think 18 months ago, 20 months ago, when we all had to teach online, teachers, students were worried that they were going to have to use material that wasn't their course book because they weren't aware of, they didn't know how to use classroom presentation tools. So a real benefit for me is that they present the book in a really familiar structure. Okay? And they know that what they're doing in an online classroom is essentially the same as what they're doing in a face-to-face classroom in terms of the content and the structure of a book. It has all of the embedded media, all of the audio, all of the video. You know, for years, I was running around, where's the tape for this? Where's the CD for this? Where's the DVD for this in my staff room? And I've seen teachers all around the world panic about where the media is. You don't have to worry about that with a good classroom presentation tool because everything is there at the click of a button. So it takes that stress off you. Checking answers is super quick. It's just clicking a button. You don't need to do classroom feedback unless you want to. You don't have to write all the answers on the board unless you want to. It's there at a click of a button. Workbook content is available, and this is really good for flexible classrooms, whereby you've done some grammar activities for whatever grammar point you're doing, and you realize that actually the students need more controlled practice before they move on. So instead of having to rush out of the classroom and photocopy more worksheets, we've all done that before. I know, I've been there. With a good classroom presentation tool, you can just switch from the course book to the workbook and zoom in on additional workbook content. So it offers you a great amount of flexibility in that respect. What else? Well, as well as having workbook content, classroom presentation tools often have additional content, extra activities, extra games to recycle, to revise vocabulary. So again, you don't need to think, oh, how am I going to fill the next 5 minutes? Because I've gone through the material quicker. There's often inbuilt content. You have all of the interactive tools within the classroom presentation tool, highlighters, pen tools, zooms, window shades. All of these tools allow you to do new activities, to focus maybe more on language in the course book. Underline, instead of holding your book up and showing students to underline things, you do it on the board, or indeed, if you're teaching online, on the online version. This for me is a really big one, especially in the face-to-face classroom. It's heads-up learning. So instead of all students looking at books like this in class, making learning a very independent, intrapersonal activity, as soon as you have a classroom presentation tool, everyone is looking in the same direction. They're looking at the board because that is where the content is. It means also that you have greater control over what your students are doing because you know they are doing exactly the right thing because you've zoomed in to the activity you want them to do. That's all they can see, all the reading that they have to do. So you can direct students better, and therefore it's good for classroom management as well. And we add all of these things together, and it means that there is increased engagement across the board for our learners. And that's ultimately what we want. We want the whole class to be focused, to be engaged on what is happening at the front of the classroom. And all of these things together, they facilitate teaching and learning processes, okay? So that's the benefit of a good classroom presentation tool. Let's now have a live look at how it works in Voices, just to give you an idea of the package as a whole, including the classroom presentation tool. So I'm going to share a new screen. Hopefully you can all see that okay. So this is the landing page for National Geographic Learning's online platform. Okay, and you can see there I have already got a course created for Voices Upper Intermediate. So to access that, I just click on that course and it will take me into the content that is available. So we can see here we have different options on the left-hand side. We have settings, CPT, the classroom presentation tool, gradebook, and user management as well. I'll talk about more of those in a moment. And at the top, we have the dashboard where we've just come from. We have all of the courses that I am teaching at the moment. We have the assignments where I can set assignments, and we have messaging as well. And like I say, we'll look at all of these very briefly shortly. But I want to start with the classroom presentation tool. So the great thing about all National Geographic Learning content on this platform is that you can stream the classroom presentation tool live from the internet, or if you want to, you can download it to your computer to run it offline. But it does take up quite a lot of space. So you can download it for Mac, for Windows, or even for Linux as well. So we're going to run it live off the internet. Give it a moment to load up, and there we go. And this is what we get. You see there all 10 units of the book, as well as some games as well. So I'm going to ask you a question. Can somebody in the chat box choose a number, any number between 1 and 10? Whoever answers first, that's where we'll go. Okay, thank you. I'm not sure your name. Number 2, language and communication. So the first thing to notice is we hover over it, we've got the student's book, and we have the workbook. So we can toggle between the two really easily. So let's enter it. We then have all of the lessons which are available. Let's start with the unit opener. This is a good way to showcase the course as well. Now, because it's online, it takes a little while just to load up. Okay, so there we go, digital version of the book. The first thing to point out is the toolbar on the right. You've got the zoom, you've got the tools, and if you wanted to, you can view in single page as well. And then at the bottom, you can just go from page to page as you like. But let's just zoom in briefly to what we're going to look at. So, we can zoom in pretty much that far. So you can see what I mean. We can get students to really focus on the activities we want them to. We can talk about the goals. We can get them to do the opening activity, work in pairs, look at the photo, and might knowing another language have helped the women in the photo. Now, if I want to make that really, really clear for my students, I can use the tools. I've got my highlighter tool, different colors, different thickness. And I say, right, guys, we're going to be doing this activity in pairs. Talk about this question. I'll make it really clear. And do it like that, okay? So it's focusing those students there really closely. And then we can undo that very easily, or indeed redo it if we wanted to, or just use the rubber. Come out of there quickly. We talked earlier about having all of the content embedded. So within Voices, there are lots of videos as well as audio. And just to do that, we just click on the video button, which opens up in its own pop-up window. We click on play. And we have access to the video.
Language for me is huge. I've been learning Spanish since 1980.
And with these videos, we can have them as subtitles if we want to. Really nice additional feature. And we can, of course, play it full screen as well.
87. I grew up in California where lots of people speak Spanish. I'd never learned another language until high school. And they said, "What do you want to learn?" And I said, "Spanish." I knew exactly what I wanted.
Okay, you get the idea. So it's just a simple, easy, accessible system. And I just wanted to show you that because having these are all National Geographic explorers talking about their everyday lives, really, to allow students to find connections between them and these other sort of non-native speakers of English. Okay, let's just skip to the next lesson. I'm going to show you something, how else it is interactive for the learners. So again, let's just zoom in a little bit up here. We'll look at exercise 1. So wherever we see these 3 dots, this means it is an interactive version of the activity. So for example here, work in pairs, how do you think the animals and plants in the photos communicate with each other? Match the photos with the forms of communication. Well, we click on here and we have a new window and we can do the activity this way. There's a really, now without having done it, I'm not too sure of the answers, but we can have a guess. Maybe that one there actually. Who knows? But we can check the answers. We can click here and check answers, or we can check here and do it one by one. Or we can just do this one here to show all the answers. It's a very quick and effective way to check answers. And then just to return back, we click there. And then to zoom out, we click this button, off we go. And then if we want to go into the reading, again, we can use that zoom tool just to maybe we'll get a little bit more, that's fine. Maybe to the first paragraph we want to look at. And what's really nice, again, all of the audio is embedded for all of the listening activities, but the readings as well.
Talking nature. Not just.
If you thought that humans are the only species to use language.
So everything, it's just such a simple platform to use. You can just pick it up and go. And like I said, you can always flip to the workbook if you need more practice. So we've got the WB button, we click that, it will take me to the corresponding pages in the workbook. So super, super simple, super easy to use. Remember to load, you can see the activity, and this time we've got light bulbs for the answers to the activities. Check really quickly. And then to go back to the student's book, we click on SB, of course, for student's book. Now, if we had time, I would give you, well, I would choose someone randomly to have a go, but we don't have time, unfortunately. Why is that not going back? There we go, to get that way. Okay, so that's the classroom presentation tool. Really, really simple and effective piece of kit. Allows us to jump in and around the lessons, interactive, heads-up learning. Let's go back and have a look at some of the other features of the online platform very briefly. So if we go to settings, we have in here all of the additional activities that we can give as homework. Okay, so these are designed as assignments for homework. Really important to make a note of that. All the different units, we're teaching unit 2, and we can see here different activities. You know, arguably I could do these in class, but really they are meant for self-study homework activities, right? So let's say there's some grammar activities. Let's have a look at the grammar activities that I could set my students for homework. We go in and we can see, okay, there's a drop-down type activity. And I should say there's lots of different types of activities. Drop-down, multiple choice, matching activities, typing answers. It will depend on the activity type. Okay, and when students get this from the student perspective, like I say, this works on their tablets, it works on their phone when they download the app that goes with the program. So they can do it on the go, on the move. And again, you know, we can check answers, we can see the answers, we can get feedback as well. And that's really important. What I really like about this platform is that if students do get mistakes, they just click on the speech bubble and they get a review of the grammar for that particular lesson. So here we can see it's all about present tenses. Okay, so from a teaching perspective, it just allows me to see what I can set my students for homework as assignments. So to do that, we just click on assignments at the top here. And you can see here, I've set previous assignments for different classes I've been running. But we want to create a new assignment. And this shows you how quick and easy it is. So I give the assignment a name. So say voices, upper int, unit 2, lesson 1. I can do start and end dates. 1 month is way too long. Let's give you till Tuesday. I can make some notes here for my students if I wanted to. Make sure you do your homework, whatever it is. I can allow them to have multiple attempts at it if I wanted to. So allow them to use the try again or not. They just get 1 attempt and that's it. Or no dates as well. When I'm happy, I click continue. I then choose the content I'm doing. So the course I'm doing this for is Voices Upper Intermediate. I then have the content here to choose from. So we're doing unit 2. Now, if I want to set all of unit 2, I'll just click here and it'll set every single activity from every lesson. But normally we wouldn't do that. We want more control. So we click on the drop-down menu and there we can see the different lessons that we can choose from. If I want all of the reading activities, I click there. All of the grammar, I click there. But maybe I want to be more selective. So again, I click the drop-down menu and I can untick what I don't want to do, or conversely what I do want to do. So let's say I only want to do 3 and 4 and the reading. It's done, thank you very much. I click continue. All students, I don't have any students in this class at the moment, but assign to all. I click create, and that assignment will be sent directly to your students' online learning platform account, which they will have. Okay, so let's imagine that they have done their homework. And for this one, I'm just going to use a different example. This course here. So I can see here in this particular course that I've got 4 students, my alter ego, and some of my colleagues, and I can see, at a very simple view, how they are doing. I can see their progress. How much of the homework have they done? We can see that Alex is a good student. He's done 76% of the homework. Anna's done 21, Lucy 30, 50. This is not their score. This is how much of it they have done, how much they've completed. If I want to see their actual scores, I click here on the arrow, and then I have a breakdown of all of their scores. I can see when they did it here. I can see all of their results. I can see how many times they've tried to do that particular activity. And importantly, I can see how long they spent doing it. 1 minute 42. He still did quite well, so that's okay. And then what's quite nice is we have this color coding, this sort of traffic light system. The green is for scores of 70% and over. Amber is for scores of 50 to 70. And then red is for under 50. So at a glance, I can see how my students have done, as well as that exact score. They're really, really helpful from that perspective. If there's a tick like this, it means there is manual grading to be done. That is, there is a piece of writing or a piece of speaking to grade. So here we can see it's a speaking task. I've already graded it. I gave them 6 out of 10 for it. If I wanted to see it, I'll click on the eye. And I will be able to hear my students' responses. Oh, there we go, not a good answer. So what's really nice here is it means I have a record of my students speaking, which I wouldn't otherwise have. So I can see how they're doing at the beginning of the school year to how they're doing at the end of the school year. I think it's a really, really useful resource to have. Okay. So studying homework, seeing the results, all manually marked apart from the speaking and the writing, means my life is much, much easier. Now, if I want to send a message to a particular student, once I'm in there, I can go send message, and I can send a message to that student saying, homework 1, you need to finish your homework. And send it off, and they will receive that message. Okay, let's return to that course a sec. I want to go back into on the dashboard. Go back into this course here, my Voices Upper Intermediate course very quickly. I just want to go into the gradebook because all of these results also, that's actually the wrong course to go into because you can see here, there's nothing in there because it's a new course. Let's go to a different course again. But I know there is content for this one. And this is, like I say, this is true for all National Geographic Learning courses. So let's go to the gradebook. Again, here in the gradebook, I don't just get the particular assignments, I get everything they've done across the school year. So you can see here how much that person has done, not just of the homework, but of the actual, the whole course. We can see their average score. So we can see here, everyone's doing really well. The last time they logged in and how long they have spent actually in the program. And what's really nice, I get the overall average course. So I can see, as an average, my class is doing really well at 84.27%. If I want to, I can export all of that information as CSV or as an Excel document as well. But again, just as an overview, it's a great way to see how your students are doing, to track that progress we spoke about earlier, to facilitate differentiation, but also to offer additional support as well. Okay, that's just a really quick look at the online platform that we have for all of our titles, including voices. Let's just come back really quickly to the PowerPoint, because there's a couple of other things I want to share with you. Okay, so we've just shown you that platform, but I want to give you guys access to it as well so you can see how it works. So to do that, you need to go to www.learn.eltngl.com. Write this down, take a photo of your phone, take a screenshot. This will give you free access to the platform or to a demo version of the platform. It gives you access to a couple of the units. When you're there, you click on sign in. There's a big sign in button at the top of the screen. And then if you want to see what the teachers see, the username is voices_demo_teacher. And the password is NGLVoice2020. That will give you access to the classroom presentation tool, some of the online practice, and the gradebook and assignments as well. If you also want to see it from the student's perspective, how the students interact with the platform, the username is voices_demo_student, and the password is NGL Voice 2020. Please note that this is case sensitive, so you do need to have a capital V and a capital N for the password. Like I say, take a screenshot, take a photo, write this down to give you a real sort of flavor idea of the course and how it works. But really, it is a one-stop shop for all of your online digital needs. The classroom presentation tool, the messaging features, the gradebooks, the assignments. It makes your life so much easier. And you know, that's ultimately what we want to know. Olga's asking a question, is it a free platform? It's free if you are using the course, is what I would say to that. But correct me if I'm wrong, Natalia. So yeah, if you're using the course, if you've adopted Voices as your course, then the platform, the teacher comes with it. But for the students, because of the extra content, there is a cost involved for the students, because essentially it is an online workbook for them. So instead of having to buy a print workbook, you have the online workbook. But there are different options available. And I'm sure Natalia at Onara can give you more information about that. Okay, just some other support there is for teachers, because at National Geographic Learning, we're not just about creating great course books, we are about supporting the teachers as much as possible. So we also have this companion site at eltngl.com/voices resources, where there's additional content which you can download. You can see there all the levels, and here all the additional content. So the teacher's book, Word documents for the videos, the audio, the reading text, answer keys, additional worksheets, etc., etc. So lots of extra content. But what I want to draw your attention to is the very specific professional development videos that we have created. So we have something called the Professional Development Video Collection. And this is a collection of 23 videos produced by National Geographic Learning and the authors of Voices. So people like Chieswan Chung, Emily Bryson, Lewis Lanford, Dan Barber are some of our authors. And they are giving ideas on how to teach with the course, the different aspects of the course. Specifically, I wanted to draw your attention to this one called the Virtual Voices Toolkit. And this is a set of 9 videos that is very specific on improving your teaching online, how to teach best in the online environment. And just to give you an idea on that, let's watch a very short clip in the time that we have remaining.
There are a total of 9 videos, including this introduction. In the other 8 videos in the course, we'll talk about preparing for online teaching, how best to get ready for virtual lessons. We'll discuss managing virtual classrooms and how to make the best use of your time online. We'll look closely at engaging learners and what you can do to keep the class interested and motivated. We'll look at ways of building communication skills in online lessons. We'll talk about the most effective ways of practicing and developing receptive skills, that is, reading and listening. We'll look at effective ways of monitoring live classes online so you can be sure that students are engaged and on task. We'll talk about assigning out-of-class tasks so you can make the most of time spent in live online lessons. Finally, we'll discuss evaluating learners and make some suggestions about how to measure students' progress.
Okay, so a really useful resource to help you not only get the best out of the Voices course, but also just how to teach most effectively in the online environment, which I know I appreciate after 18 months or so of teaching online that we're probably pretty good at, but we can always learn new things as well. And here we have the experts telling us how we can do it. Okay, that was my session. 40 minutes is up. I am on time. Thank you so much for listening. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat box. But for more information about all things voices, you can visit the website at eltngl.com/voices, or please do contact our partners in Russia, which is, of course, Onara. And you have the contact details there. And I'm sure Natalia will pop her email into the chat box as well. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. That was a very whistle-stop tour of, well, first of all, the benefits of online tools, and then, of course, secondly, all about voices and the package that we have that we think is going to be the market leader online package for coursebooks going forward, because it does everything you need it to do as teachers, right? And that's all that we can ask for anything. Okay, any questions at all? Lots of thank yous. Thank you, Galina, for putting the email in there.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much.
No, really, my pleasure, Evgeny.
Yeah, really powerful presentation and useful. And yeah, I suppose this new product of NGL would be a real market leader. Thank you so much.
Let's hope so. That's it. My pleasure. I'll hand back to you, Evgeny.
Okay, dear colleagues, any questions to Alex? You got a nice chance to speak.
Yeah, feel free now.
To the authors team. Yeah, not this particular course, but some others. Okay.
Lots of thank yous. Спасибо.
Alex, do you have any idea when this, I would say, this course will be available in Russia?
Okay, that's probably a question for Natalia, but it launches officially in January. It should be a global launch. All of the course books are available, apart from it. So it's a 7-level course. 6 levels are available right now. The advanced level is coming very, very soon. And the teachers' books are available for pretty much all of the courses. But certainly for the next academic year, starting in September, everything will be ready. All the students' book, all the teachers' book, all of the online materials will be ready. But a lot of it is ready now as well. And please do contact Natalia, Galina at Onara for that. And they have stock. So please do get in touch with them.
Thank you for this information. Thank you.
That's my pleasure. It's a great question, though. Thank you for asking it.
Okay, any more questions? No? Just many thanks. Just many thanks, Alex.
Yeah. Thank you. Спасибо. It's all quiet. Well, listen, it's a Friday afternoon. I'm sure you have many better things to be doing on a Friday. I guess a Friday evening, right?
Yeah.
In downtown Moscow or wherever it is that you are. So, I'll leave you for the weekend. I wish you all the very best. I wish you good health, stay well, stay healthy, and fingers crossed, hopefully in the not too distant future, I'll get to return to see you all in Russia, because I miss coming there to see you guys. I really do.
We do hope it will happen.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Goodbye. So thank you very much, everybody, for your participation, for your questions, for your interaction in the chat. So our next webinar is going to be in January. On the 21st of January, we'll be talking about testing and assessment. So mark the date, 21st of January, testing and assessment in this series of webinars. Thank you so much, and you'll get all the videos available if you registered. Yeah. So and Onara certificates, online certificates. Thank you, and have a nice day and a nice evening. Best say yes, Friday evening and the weekend. Thank you so much.